Kraven the Hunter is the sixth and thankfully final film in the SSU, Sony's Spider-Man universe. And this time, it stars Aaron Taylor Johnson as the titular character, Kraven the Hunter. And it tells the story of Kraven, whose relationship with his ruthless father takes him down the path of becoming a brutal hunter and one of the most feared. Okay, Kraven the Hunter. This was the only movie out of the Sony Spider-Man universe movies that came out this year that I had hope for. It was on my most anticipated films of the year list back in January because it looked promising. I thought it looked like a nice, violent, gritty action film. Well, after actually seeing this movie, my hope ran out pretty quick. This movie was not good. I will say, out of the 3 SSU movies that came out this year, this was the best one. But saying that is pretty much me saying, yeah, it's shit, but it's just less shitty than the previous 2 that came out this year. There we go, Kraven the Hunter. There are a couple things I liked about this movie. For one, the action scenes are not that bad. They can be fun. There are some nice bloody moments because it is rated R. And when it came to the blood and violence, this movie does deliver at times. There's some nice, satisfying hits here. And the action scenes, they're not terribly staged or anything. They're perfectly fine. And also, Aaron Taylor Johnson is great in the role. Because of that, it really made me sad that this movie was as bad as it was. Okay. What makes this movie so bad? The story is not that interesting. I was actually finding it pretty dull for a lot of the time, especially in that first hour. The first hour of this movie drags. It is dull as fuck. The first half of this movie is basically just dedicating a lot of time to either dealing with like his relationship with his dad, which wasn't that interesting, and also him like doing hunting and shit, just chilling around and hunting. So yeah, I was like, come on, just get to some conflict already. Also, the CGI in this movie is terrible. It's another one of those movies where like, this movie had a pretty sizable budget, and yet I don't see it. I don't see that budget. It looks like shit. Especially like when it shows animals on screen, like rhinos and stuff. It felt like I was watching Black Panther. So I'm like, what the hell? This CGI is not good. Where did all that money go? Speaking of Rhino, the villain Rhino is in this movie, and I will say I liked his design, and he was closer to the actual comics characters than that bullshit we got in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But as I mentioned with the CGI on him was laughably bad. Also, there's another issue I have to talk about. The dubbing. I guess Sony was so proud of the terrible dubbing that was in Madam Web that they decided to put that shit in here too. Yeah, there are times where people are talking and yeah, it's very obvious that their lip movements are not matching what they say. It's like I was watching a 70s Italian horror movie. Mind you, those Italian horror movies came out in the 70s. It's 2024. You would think you'd be able to do dubbing better now. We have the technology. Fuck. There are aspects of Kraven the Hunter that really pissed me off, and a lot of it is the technical aspects. Also, some of the acting is not good in this movie either. Just thought I'd put my opinion out there when it comes to the acting too. There is some really bad acting here. Um, what else is there to say about Kraven the Hunter? It's just it's worse than mediocre. But I will say, it's better than Madam Web and Venom: The Last Dance. That's for damn sure. At least there was a little bit of excitement here. Like when it comes to the action scenes, damn good job. I'm not gonna fault the movie for the action. And also, Aaron Taylor Johnson was trying. He was trying to make this movie work. It's unfortunate that he was given shit to work with, a boring plot and whatnot. I am disappointed in this movie. Like, when it came to Madam Web and Venom: The Last Dance, I was expecting those to be bad, so I didn't leave those movies disappointed per se. But with this movie, because I had hope for it, and it did not deliver, I was so disappointed. I actually had hope for this one. That's a damn shame. I am going to give Kraven the Hunter a D+.